ask. I went to a garage sale and the lady had some old windows and I asked her if she happened to have any more. She did, and I got a whole bunch last year. Well, I've been using them to make my paintings, and so I was running out to have some to use for my greenhouse next year. Well, I asked her grandson, I happened to have his phone number from last year, and he said, sure, I've got some. And I went over and I got 2 truckloads of windows and doors for my new greenhouse and to decorate around the yard. Okay, I think I'm gonna make an arbor with that one. So I got these windows and doors for $1 for the windows and $5 and $10 for the doors. Stinking good deal. Guys, these go for $5 to $25 on Facebook Marketplace.
I like to use Ziploc bags for containers. I put several of them together, fold a piece of paper over the bottom edge of them, stapled them all together. Then I put in all kinds of things, like this has embroidery thread in it. You can put scraps of fabric that you're saving, children's crayons, pencils, puzzle pieces, and any number of things.
All right, I needed to laminate my schedule for my cleaning. So I got this contact paper at a garage sale for free. I'm just gonna measure it on here, just like so. Actually, we'll just do 2. Let's see, 1. I don't know if it'll do 2. Okay, let's just give it a try. All right, so I'm gonna cut it. Ooh, barely. Okay, we'll give it a try. And we'll pull it. Up like so. Put it in the center. There we go. Just push out all the bubbles. Push out all the bubbles. Since I don't laminate a lot, there's no need for me to buy anything special. I'm gonna just use the contact paper. I've got free lamination. There we go. Next, think ahead. In order to save money, you have to always be thinking ahead. So how was I doing that this week? I went and cut all of the zinnias that I had left in my garden, saved the seeds by color, because I think I'm gonna plant them differently next year. So I saved the seeds by color. Now, next year, I don't have to go buy flower seeds for my garden.
These bags that dog clothes come in work great for carrying things. I keep sewing projects in here. If I have one sewing project, I put everything I need for that sewing project in here. They also have a handle so I can hang them up in a closet or someplace in my sewing room if I need to.
So I just had to show you some of my little cart that I got that I was super happy about. Well, I wanted it to have feet that slide. So I found these at the hardware store and I thought I could hot glue them on. Found out they're screw on. And so, look at this. They just screwed on to the bottom. These were $1.50 for 4 of them. Now I could have just hot glued felt on there, but I wasn't sure if that would hold or not. That's why I wanted the little feet on there. Look at that. It slides all over without scratching the floor. Isn't that beautiful? Then I'm going to take my shelf liner. $1.75 right there for my new cart. Yay! All right, so I got these purses at the thrift store. These ones are ones I'm keeping. This one I'm gonna sell, but I just wanna wash them real quick. So what I'm gonna do is, when I do a load, I'm going to throw them in this lingerie bag because I want the zippers to stay open so the insides can get all fresh, but I don't want the zippers to cut up anything that's in my laundry. So throw these in here and throw them in the laundry. Then I will have fresh purses. All right, there we go. Get that puppy clean.
These are what comforters and pillowcases and sheets come in. They have these lovely zippers on the top of them. This one has a hanger on it. They're see-through and you can use them everywhere.
This I keep all year round, and I keep extra gloves and extra hats, and I keep these Mylar blankets, all our extra hats and gloves all year in this little container. Then in the summer, I take it out and put it in the closet, but then in the winter, I can just grab it and throw it in the van. This is a great emergency prep, you know, type thing.
Well, another thing for if you go camping,
yeah,
to put things in, because then if it rains, they'll be waterproof for you.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about everything getting soaked. Next is if something doesn't work, return it. I got this scrubber thinking it would help me clean my tub in my bathroom. What a disaster. Okay, honestly, this thing is a pain in the butt. My goodness, why do people invent these things? I don't think they even use it. This just makes my back way 1,000 times worse than just getting down and scrubbing it. I thought it would help my back. Oh my goodness, it hurts so bad. All right, that one is a total flop. I didn't realize people don't return things when they don't work. Use your products that you get right away when you get home. If they don't work, take them back to the store. Sell things that don't work. When I buy things at the thrift store and they don't work for me, instead of just turning around and redonating to the thrift store, I mark them up $5 or $10, see if I can sell them on my Facebook Marketplace, and then I have made my money back, plus my gas money for thrifting that month. So don't just get rid of things if they don't work for you. Try and resell them. 90% of the time, I can resell it for more than what I paid for it. I decided to get rid of this one, and I sold it for $25, and I only paid $15 for it, so I made a $10 profit on that one. Cut the end of the toothpaste off. Guys, this seems like it's kind of stupid to do, but it really saves a lot of money over the long haul.
See how much is left in there? Look at that. There's a lot left in there. So Back down here. Okay. I used to not like cutting those off like that, but it's super easy. I probably get 30% more out of it.
Watch for free stuff at yard sales. I got this acetone for free at a yard sale. Fingernail polish bottle. Fingernail polish is just 100% acetone. Sometimes it's cheaper if you buy it in the fingernail polish aisle. Sometimes it's cheaper if you buy it in the paint aisle. Right now it's more expensive at the paint aisle. But since I found this for free, I picked up the bottle so that Mom and I could save ourselves $10. Seal your windows yourself. I got this window insulation kit for 10 cents at a garage sale. I used it on a window that was leaking. We put it up. We had a little bit of window insulation to go around the window also, and that got that window sealed up so there wasn't cold air coming in. Watch for home improvement remodel deals. My local thrift store is a Habitat thrift store that has a lot of deals for your remodel. So people will demolish their kitchens or whatever. Instead of selling it themselves, they donate it to the restore, and you can go in and get a really good deal. I got this tile for 20 cents each instead of $2.50 each. Now be careful though, because I didn't realize every single one of these tiles has a sticker on it. That is gonna be a pain in the patootie when I have to go take the sticker off. I'll just take a heat gun and it'll come off. But still, it's extra work that I'm gonna have to do. But to save 90% on my tile is definitely worth 15 minutes worth of work to pick off some stickers.
I'm not sure I could live without these 2-inch boxes. I find them everywhere, at grocery stores, at places like Dollar Tree and that type of thing, and they're always willing to let me have them. And you can stack them 2 or maybe 3 deep, and then they can just lift the one off and take it with them, and then when they're done, they put the toys back in and they can restack it on their shelf instead of taking a much bigger basket. And usually kids dump everything out, where they won't dump as much out with these. I like them for sewing projects. I can put all my different sewing projects, scraps and put in here, and any number of things. Then I love using them for ribbons. I will put rolls of ribbon in here, or like rickrack, lace, and you can just line it up. Because it's flat and not very deep, you can see what's in there instead of always having to paw through your stuff. And once again, like in the sewing room, I can stack these crossways, and you can put several on one shelf. Instead of pulling junk out from a deep shelf, you can put several of these and just pull the one off that you need. These are great for in a closet or a drawer to line up your socks and your underwear in them. And then you just have to take your sock box down, pick out what you need, and set it right back in there instead of pawing through a drawer or something like that. These are nice too to store canned goods in on shelves, so that you just have to pick the one box up instead of trying to pick out canned goods from a huge taller stack. And if you notice the color, this is pretty pink for a girl's room. I also have a blue that would work for a boy's room. You can spray paint them if you want them to match your room and that type of thing. So it's just endless the uses you can use this box for.
Do your own home repairs. On Christmas Eve, we saw water pouring out of our vent for our air conditioner.
Coming from the outside.
From the roof?
Well, it's not, the whole inside is dry. Oh no.
Oh, that's bad.
That's really bad.
We had no idea what was going on. Mike Googled it, looked up on YouTube, and it was just condensation from the cold in the vents in the attic hitting the warm air from our house, causing all this water pouring out. So try to figure out how to do your own home repairs before spending hundreds of dollars calling a repairman. Look for deals everywhere. I would have never thought that I would buy hand soap at Home Depot, but while we were waiting for some boards that we needed for our kitchen remodel, I looked over and they had this hand soap for $1 a gallon instead of $24 a gallon. I got all 6 bottles that they have, and now I don't have to buy hand soap for a really long time. Dumpster dive. Now you might think that I'm crazy, but here's the thing. I drove by and I saw these tomato cages that were sitting outside the dumpster. People do that here if something's really good and they know somebody else might want it. Well, I have an issue, as you can see in this situation here. Just jumping in my garden. It's a bigger fence for you next year. Yes, so I quickly grabbed these up. We're getting ready for next year.
There you go.
Super thankful there was extra fencing and the tomato cages, so I got both so I can be securing my garden for next year from these rascals. They keep stealing my garden plants.
The hat box that I'd gotten off after Christmas for about $1.25. I love this box because it's pretty in my bedroom, in my closet. I store belts, I store scarves, I put purses in here. I can also put out-of-season socks, like my heavy wool socks, that type of thing. And you can use it in kids' bedrooms too to store their socks, their underwear, because they're pretty sturdy. They have a lid that you can put on top of them, and you can stack them 2 or 3 deep if you need to. These are great for in the sewing room to store your scraps, your projects. I keep my yarn in some of these, my crochet thread. If you have off-season decorating items like Easter items, if you have a few that you want to store in here of Easter decorations, you can put in those in there. Just look at the items you have around the house and start using them for containers that you need.
Shop the after Christmas sales. I got this Axe deodorant and body spray for 75% off. It's going to go to my boys and then also as gifts for Christmas. So I got a huge stockpile for a fraction of the price retail. Skillet with little pancake mix is going to be present for next year. I needed a refreshing on tissue paper that was like 70 cents. This little teacup was like $1. It's a present for next year. Here is ribbon for wreaths for January and magnetic light hangers for Mike for next year's Christmas decorations. Foot massager was $5. It's a present for next year. More light hangers. Balls for January's arrangements that I'm making. More coffee for another present. Hot sauce for a present. gift bags. Look at all these cute gift bags here. So these don't have to just be Christmas. And that doesn't have to be Christmas either. And I have a kid that's into skiing, so I got that for them. These were all 25 cents to $1. And then more flowers for my arrangements for January. And ornaments for my arrangements for January. More gifts bags, like 50 cents. Mom wanted me to pick this up for a gift. I just thought that little tree was just super cute. It was like $1. I was thinking, that's cute. And then Mom wanted this for her front door for next year, so I got that for her. And then all the axe, more axe, more axe, more axe, and more axe. I didn't really need any wrapping paper, but don't forget, guys, get wrapping paper that's not got Christmas themes on it, and you could use it for birthdays and weddings. Some of the wrapping papers are reversible, so look on the back side and see what they have on the back side. So don't just look at wrapping paper and think, oh, that's Christmas. Also, you can use it for drawer liners, shelf liners, anything like that. That would make a great disposable drawer or shelf liner.
You don't need to use a container for what it was originally for. This container was made for embroidery floss to store in there on the little cards. I take my yo-yos as I make them, and they fit perfectly in here, and I can color coordinate them. So if I need a certain color for something, I know I can easily pick out what I need for it.
My daughter was here to visit for New Year's, and she was saying she needed a big tote for her balcony to put her pots and stuff in. Well, they had this Christmas tree. I know, another Christmas tree. So they had this Christmas tree in the tote. Well, I actually got it for the tote, not the Christmas tree. And so that she could have that for her porch. My coffee table got scuffed up. I think the kids are putting their feet on there, but I only paid $10 for the thing anyway, so I'm not real upset. But I found these wood-colored permanent markers at Dollar Tree, so I got me a set and filled in all the little dings on my coffee table.
Here are 2 more containers that you find around the house and can use for different things for organizing and storage. This here was a bucket that we got a lot of Christmas candy peppermints in. So I will save it and use it once again for, in the kids' closets, for their toys, in my sewing room, in the craft room, and even just to put in the car. If I have a handful of snacks I want to take with me in the car or something, this would be very handy just to put the lid on and take with me to go. Similar, in the same way, is the ice cream buckets. I love these ice cream buckets. I use them as a regular bucket. If I need to scrub the floor or scrub something outside, I'll fill it with hot soapy water to wash the windows, that type of thing. Because it has a handle. If I have to get up on the ladder, it's easy to hold with the handle. Sometimes I have to empty the paint out of a can and I'll pour it into one of these because it's a little bit lighter weight. If I have to mix paint or something, these are handy to mix paint in. Again, use them in the children's room to keep Hot Wheels, small little toys. If you have a puzzle that's lost its box, but you can still use it or something like that, put the pieces in here, any little odds and ends. In a baby's room, these are great for storing baby socks and little tiny baby clothes, different things, baby clothes and that type of thing. A sick bucket. I like to take it in the car. That way, if we get car sick or something, you've got this bucket. And if you have to, they can get sick in the bucket and you've got a lid to go with it until you can get stopped and get it taken care of.
I found this huge rug for the studio. All right, so we got this big piece of rug for $70 and I had a $25 off coupon, so $50, so that we can be warm in the studio.
For the studio.
Yay! We got that baby in. All right, now make sure you grab things that are out of season, on clearance at the end of season, and you will save a ton of money just because the stores need to get those seasonal items off the shelf and ready for the next batch of seasonal goods to come in. $3.70 for store these really nice Adirondack chairs because I bought them the last week of December instead of the last week of July. That's why they're so much cheaper.
Because I save a lot of my containers to use for different things. This is a battery box. You can paint it or wrap it in wrapping paper to use in the office, at a desk, in the sewing room to hold bobbins, different types of things. This here is a lid off of a spray perfume, and I would use it to put a little water in to hold small flowers. I could store 1 or 2 pencils, needles and things in the sewing room.
Next, always be on the lookout. I ran to a garage sale. This kind of goes back a little bit, but I wanted a few more fall decorations for over here. Actually, I still got a couple of pots that are empty, so I'm still looking. But I can see these ones right here out my window, and they're really super pretty from in the house. So I wanted a few more to fill in. Well, guess what? I happened to dig into a box at a garage sale, and guess what was in there? For $1, I got a whole bunch of fall leaves. I shared half of them with Mom. She took some, and then I used the rest for there, and I'm still on the lookout. But open things up, ask, look around and see. Holiday decorations on clearance for 95% off. Yep, 95%. I got this thing for 50 cents. This, oops, for $5. I got these candles for 5 cents each because they were all in the holiday. Got these for my emergency stash. Look for your small appliances for your kitchen and your bathrooms at the thrift store. My Habitat Restore here has some really good deals on appliances. So if they get a crock pot or a bread maker, usually they're around $5. The other thrift stores in town, they're a lot higher. So make sure you know which thrift stores have the best deals on which items, because they will have different deals on different items at different thrift stores.
This here is just a regular, what I call a Xerox box, or that you get papers in for your computer. You can get these boxes, the lid comes off almost any place. What I did was I wrapped it in, I had some wallpaper that I'd gotten for $2 a roll, and I just glued it around here and put it on there. Then I spray painted the lid to put on top. You can spray paint the whole box. You can use wrapping paper to wrap it in, and any number of ways to decorate it. And then I set these on shelves in my sewing room. I can put them out in the garage just to make it look a little more attractive, or in the basement if you just don't want a whole bunch of plastic totes. Plus, I use different colored lids. For example, I store my Halloween decorations in the box that I spray painted orange on the top, or spray painted orange. And then I have some of my red Christmas decorations in the boxes that are red. My Easter one, I'll spray like a light pastel blue, and I know immediately because it's pastel that that's my Easter decoration.
Another way that I save money is I wipe down my soap dispenser before I wash the dishes, wipe it all off. Then I get my wash rag all filled with soap and wipe down my dishes. I know it doesn't seem like much, but that's like 2 or 3 squirts worth of soap. And then if there's still soap in there, I'll just leave the wash rag to dry for the next time. This is how we get books. We came to the library. Oh no. Oh no. What did Mom find? So normally she looks through all of these here. New stuff or something?
Yeah, this is all brand new stuff they put in here since I was here a couple days ago.
4 minutes on the clock. 8. And how much are these right now selling for? $7.25.
Yep, here's another one, 9. Well, I'm waiting for you to look at the price and have a heart attack.
$70 worth of books for 4 minutes worth of work. The next way to save money is you might be a little uncomfortable. Now, the last 3 weeks, this has been the thermostat setting at our house. Freezing to death. Yes, there was complaining, but I said just put on a sweater. We are not turning on the heater on October 5th. Going to have to turn the thermostat down. You're gonna have to. I know you don't want to, but your thermostat cannot be set at 72 to 78 in the winter and expect to lower your utility costs. Remake and reuse what you already have. This table I have had for 25 years. It was one of my first furniture purchases ever. I think I paid $3 for it at a yard sale in 1996. I found some spray paint at Habitat for Humanity that was moving, so everything was 90% off. I got these for 10 cents each. Yes, I did. 10 cents each, so I used these to paint the base. That I happened to have that was beige, so I used that to paint the top. And I happen to have a little bit left over of sealant, so I used up the rest of that sealant, and I got that all done. And then I had a really nice table. Hit yard sales and thrift stores. Look what I found. This mixer I need for the cooking videos in the studio. It was $1. I wanted to test out this 1 to 2 person rice cooker, only $3. It's also a steamer, so you can cook your rice and steam your vegetables or your meat. I had this cute little basket for $1. This cute little pan for 50 cents right there. Same garage sale had this cute little basket right here, $1. I had all these cookbooks for free. Another garage sale had these for free. Either I or mom can sew them together and make an outdoor tablecloth. Then the thrift store had all of these hand soaps for free. Then the thrift stores also had these cute little containers for 50 cents each, and this little egg cooker. I love eggs, but I hate cooking them, so I'm gonna try this little microwave egg cooker and let you know what I think if it actually works. Next, always keep your eye out on free. I found all these little bottles of soap at the thrift store in a basket, and it said free hand sanitizer. Well, I looked, who needs hand sanitizer now? That thing going around is over. And there was also hand soap, not just hand sanitizer. I grabbed 25 bottles. I thought I had 30 or 40. It felt like 30 or 40. That's $30 worth of hand soap if I would have purchased it in this container. So put this in perspective, guys, for those working moms who want to stay home. If you're earning $20 an hour, this is 2 hours worth of work after you take out taxes and commuting expenses and all that. It took me about 5-10 minutes to do this, and it took me about 1 minute picking it out of the basket at the thrift store. So for 11 minutes worth of work to not have to go work 2 hours, to me, that is worth it. If you really want something, you are gonna have to get aggressive. I found this sofa table on Facebook Marketplace, and I absolutely loved it. I messaged the lady as soon as I saw it, and she said, someone has offered $15, waiting to hear back still. I said, I'll give you $20 and can come get it tonight if they don't take it. She said, okay, first come, first serve. So if you take it tonight, it's yours, and I'm located in Bighorn, if that's okay with you. It's a neighboring town. I can come get it, just let me know what time is what I said. She gave me the address, and I said, okay, give me about 10 minutes and I'm on the way. So I headed over there. It was a beautiful drive. By being aggressive and offering her a little bit more and telling her I could come right then and there, I was able to get a really nice sofa table that I absolutely love. I think it looks really, really nice. I got some really stinking good deals, saved probably $1,000 this week because I was aggressive and was always on the lookout for deals. You always have to stay on top of your game with this stuff. When testing a new storage system for laundry detergent, you might want to check it more than 3 days later. So I'm not going to let a lot of good soap go to waste. So what's going to happen is, first, I'm going to drain it all back into here. And yes, that's going to be a big pain in the tooth. Then what I'm going to do is, this right here is 1 laundry's worth of soap. So I'm just going to throw this in with a load. Then I'm going to take this dirty sock and I'm going to wipe, and this will be another load. And I'll do that till I have everything clean. When you have disasters like this, don't waste the product. And then you have moments like this where you slip and dump it all. Okay, this is like the best kitchen tool for, I'm gonna give it a try for the laundry. Let's see if it'll work. I don't know if it'll work. This is such a disaster. All right, there we go, scooping. So here's a little tip. When you have something like this happen, just go ahead and wipe down all the cabinets also, and just go ahead and get them clean. And then they are clean for that moment, and then you won't have to go back and do it later. Just get everything wiped up, the corners really well, just like so, and just go all the way over, and it's done. Whole pile of rags here. Each load that I wash, I'm just gonna throw one in. I'm just gonna throw that in the washer the next time and just let it all clean. And that way I haven't wasted more laundry detergent than I already did just by spilling it. I actually saved a good portion of it. Use a digital thermometer on your meat so you know when your meat is done and it's not overcooked, so that you're not guessing when your meat is done. So I got these containers free off of Upcycle. Right there's the bases that go with them. So I got all of these for free off of Upcycle, and now I am using them to plant my geraniums to overwinter them. So here's Mom's little tightwad tip for the day. She went to Walmart as they were getting rid of their ornaments, and they had these left over that they were gonna throw away. And if you turn them upside down, so they're ornament holders for their store, okay? But you could turn them upside down and store your ornaments, or store them like this, and you have free ornament. Free ornament storage just by asking if you can take them from Walmart at the end of the season. Mom also said this would be great to make like bath bombs or hot chocolate bombs, like a mold for those, and she's right, that would be a really good mold for those types of things. Look, guys, and see at the store when they're getting rid of displays or they're getting rid of containers for holding their products, they may give them to you for free and you could use them for something else. Then it was off to the thrift store again for me, and here's what I got. I already got this cute little table right there. Isn't that cute? For $3. Oops, $3. Then I got this little tea or coffee maker for $2. I've been looking for mini foil pans, 50 cents. Cute little wire magazine holder. I probably won't use it for magazines, but I'll put something over the top to change that. Whisk for 50 cents. Mine's rusted, so I'm gonna throw it away. The little basket for 50 cents, or I mean 25 cents, and then the dollar basket right there. So that's what I got, but I was super excited about that cute little table. Oh my goodness. Little red table growing up, Mom had one just like it. We used it for everything. It's like super lightweight, and you can just move it around so easy. And I saw that and I'm like, I don't care if I don't have a place to put it. I'm buying this thing and I will resell it. I could easily resell this thing for $50 on Upcycle if I end up not using it. But for $5, it was definitely worth it. I think I'm gonna be able to use it. I just gotta find a place after the kitchen remodel's done, because we got stuff all over the place right now. So waiting for that to get finished. Then I found this little dresser for $25. Normally I don't pay that much for end tables. Usually I'm like around $5 to $10 maximum, usually around the $5 range. Wait for thrift store sales. I had my eye on this dresser, but they wanted $90 for it at my thrift store. And I was like, yeah, this thing needs way too much work to be paying $90 for it. It was a nice, heavy, old dresser, but still, there's no way I would pay 90 bucks for it. But it happened to be on sale, and then because I've bought so much at the thrift store with our kitchen remodel, I also had a punch card where I got $25 off, so I paid $25 for this dresser. By buying this dresser for $25 and spending another $100 getting it fixed up and painted and everything, I was able to save $2,000 on my kitchen remodel by not having to buy new cabinets with drawers. In the last 2 weeks, I kid you not, I have been to our Habitat for Humanity restore. In 2 weeks, they were open, I think, 12 days, and I think I have been there 15 or 16 times.
You serious?
I'm not exaggerating. I know, do I have a problem or what? Actually, I don't have a problem. What I have is a determination to find supplies for kitchen remodel as cheap as possible. And the best way to do that is to go several times, learn when their delivery day pickups are. I got to know Rich and Brad at my Habitat store. Here's the thing, they told me when they go do their pickups, and so I was making sure that I went on those pickup days a couple of times also, because I am looking for some big things that I can save a lot of money on if I just keep going and keep my eye out. I happened to see in the back room this dresser, and I was like, Brad, is that dresser sold yet? Because if it's not, I really want to know how much it is, because that is super stinking cute. I mean, I was just like, oh my goodness, I love this dresser. He said no, and so he said, well, what kind of condition is it in? I said, well, I don't know. Well, it had a few nicks and that kind of thing, and I do have to repaint it because it's not a very good paint job. So I got this for $25. Yes, it's more than I normally pay for a nightstand, end table, whatever you want to call it, but I really like the way this was, and actually, I think I'm going to use it in part of my kitchen remodel. So that was much cheaper than buying a new $500 cabinet. So I'm going to use that as a little desk, I think, maybe in my kitchen remodel. Look for things that you can use every day at the thrift store. I got these things at the thrift store. This little plug, and then they had a little mini pot, a mini muffin tin that I'm going to use in my toaster maker to make some muffins while we are doing the house remodel. And then I got this little cabinet, and I think I might put it in the kitchen to make like a mini desk. If I have the space, I have one hole that I need to fill, so I might put that as a mini desk. They had this cute little crate thing I thought would look cute sitting on all my mini shelves. Then they had these little things, and what I'm gonna use this for is, I think they're actually candle holders. And so what I'm gonna do is turn them sideways and put a pole between them, and I'm gonna have an open trash can area so that I can put my trash bags on that pole and just have them right there, convenient next to my trash bags. Got $35. I'm gonna redo the top and repaint the bottom, and I'm super excited. And then my other really good deal was they had this wood stove for $120. Mike and I both think that if we have an emergency situation, it would be much easier to put this in than the great big thing we have in the garage. So we'll probably sell the big one, and I can probably double my money on it now, actually. So we'll probably sell the big one and pre-drill a hole into the wall so that if we ever have an emergency, we don't have to worry about drilling a hole into the wall to get it installed. And then buy next year's Christmas gifts after Christmas. The week after Christmas, they mark all of their stuff on clearance that was for Christmas. Get all of your gift sets, your food sets. The 90% off at Walmart. Oh my goodness, they had all kinds of stuff, guys. They had ornaments. They had flowers. They had tea sets. They had cookie sets. They had candles for 90% off. That is a really stinking good deal. Buy your clothes at the thrift store. 95% of our clothes come from the thrift store. Why should I pay full price? Do your own home repairs. My bathroom sink was clogged, but did I call a plumber or go by Drano? No, I saved money and I was able to unclog it for free. You can see my sink is not draining right there. So we have this little piece of wire that we made with a hook. We're gonna try that first. Let's see if we can pull it out. Oh, yummy. Ugh, yuck. Okay, so there's part of it. Oh yeah, I can feel it stuck in there. Oh my goodness. That would be the problem right there. Gross. Okay, now I'm gonna show you another. You take zip ties and put it together and let's see, how does that work? I can't remember how that works. Oops. Let's see. Let's try. There. Okay, so I've got a zip tie like that. Clip off the little end right there. Okay. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna make little jagged edges. So you're gonna go cut halfway through, halfway through, halfway through. I'm gonna twist it so these pop out. See how that pops out? Yep. That would be why my sink is clogged. Instead of going buying totes, I used these boxes the planners came in, and I'm gonna use those to stack up all my new extra Christmas decorations that I have. Always ask. I found this pepper grinder at the thrift store, but it wasn't working right, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And the lady said, well, she said, just take it home for free, and if it works, fine, you can just have it, and if it doesn't work, you can just throw it away. And I was like, okay, well, come home, and I had one of the boys look at it, and it just happened to be that the cap was screwed on incorrectly. We got the cap screwed on correctly. Got it. So it looks like this was just not on tight enough. And so then when I tried it, let's see, let me see. Voila! It actually works. So I got a free pepper grinder right there, just because we weren't sure if it worked. Yay! Start your own plants. I had this plant left over from last year. It's my favorite coleus, and I forgot to water it. It almost died, but I was able to resurrect it. And look at this right there. There's some roots there. And then this one here, I found these two little pieces, and look at that. I think, hopefully, I saved it. I'm gonna plant these back in here, and hopefully we can bring them back to life. Now I am getting starts from it, getting ready for spring, and starting my own plant to save me hundreds of dollars on plants on my garden this year. Those flowers I got, guys, I paid $10 for each of those totes. So I paid $20 total for probably $500 to $800 worth of flowers. Yes, I absolutely used them all in my high-end Christmas decorations video you guys saw. Used all of the Christmas ones. And then I still have a whole huge bag left over for fall, and then a whole huge full still left over for the summer. And what am I going to do with all those? I'm going to put them in the spots where the deer like to eat. Yes, we have a big problem with that. I fixed dinner, even though I was super sick, and this is what I did. Okay, so here's my turkey dinner packets. This one is going for dinner tonight. Throwing that in the oven. And actually I'm gonna throw 2 in the oven because I'm really sick, and so I'm just gonna get these cooked up, and then we'll have some leftovers tomorrow. Then I'm gonna throw some vegetables on here to roast with them. Then I have some broccoli left over from Thanksgiving dinner. We're gonna have that. Dinner in 5 minutes for less than $3. All right, so I put my other frozen turkey packets in here, and I'm gonna label it turkey, and then we're gonna have a couple of other turkey dinners really quick. Took me like 2 minutes to cut up the broccoli right there. And we have luscious mashed potatoes, turkey with gravy, onions and carrots, and broccoli, and it literally took me 4 minutes to make. Baguette, 400 for 1 hour. Go watch this video next on 101 ways to save money on groceries, and visit us at livingonadime.com.